Ladies and gentlemen, it must be Monday. Good Lord, what a brutal episode of Monday Night Raw we had today. It is January 11th, and this is the second episode of Monday Night Raw for the new year of 2021. And good Lord, this has to have been one of the worst episodes I have seen in a very, very long time. This episode was like, it reminded me exactly of what happened when the pandemic first started. Lots of double booking tonight, lots and lots of hokey finishes, so you know that it must be Monday. You hate to see it, man. So much talent on the roster. You really just hate to see it. You really do. Ooh. All right. Before we get into the show, let's do our little roll call here. Seems to have become a thing. Flash, how you doing? OB James. Hoodie, good to see you back. F Chef says such a sad show. I agree, man. I agree. Alex, how are you doing? They call me Nova. Good to see you. Deshaun, Marcel, Brian, Peter, Evan, good to see you again, my friend. AOW, we're past WCW 2000. At least I can laugh at how bad WCW 2000 is. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, man. Clifton, where on earth did Triple H go was my question. That's a good question, man. That's a good question, man. I have no idea. I also have no idea why the fire went out when the lights went out. Kind of interesting as well. Shelvis, how you doing, my friend? Hoodie says 3 hours of torture never fails. Yes, I feel like that was a perfect tagline for tonight's show. Logan says worse than Goldberg's matches. Oh, hey, at least those are short and sweet, man. At least those are short and sweet. Goldberg versus Drew McIntyre. How you feel, bro? Not very good. Not very good. JVOJ, how's it going, my friend? Good to see you again, Raphael. I'd rather get hit with that fireball than have to watch that show again. Very well said. Very well said. Thank God I thought the Fiend and Orton storyline ended. No, I mean, it's kind of weird, isn't it? Like, talk about going from 0 to 100 real quick. Like, now Alexa Bliss is throwing fireballs. I don't know, man. Daryl has arrived. Hello, Daryl. How you doing, my friend? Let's see here. The only great spot tonight was Alexa hitting Randy with a fireball. I mean, I'm not mad at it, but it was just it was just really random. Like, I had no idea. Chloe says, I was busy braiding water. It seemed less painful to do, more entertaining. Hey, braiding water, that sounds fantastic. Lola says, the man is back. Welcome, my friend. Jaden says, hot dog water episode. Ooh. So how bad was the show tonight? 1 out of 10. To be honest with you, I don't do ratings for a reason. Okay, I don't do them. But if I had to give this one a try, I would probably say around 2 or 3. 2 or 3 out of 10 for this episode. Maybe 3. 3's maybe more appropriate. Just because I'm assuming it could get a lot worse than what we saw. Marcel says, authors, WWE had a massive outbreak and that's why they had less people. It's rumored. Yeah, I saw that, but I didn't actually see how many people were affected. And you know what? That's not my problem. That's not my problem. That's their problem. And if they're going to be running a show every single week, week in, week out, a 3-hour episode, it's something that they need to be prepared for. They have such a huge roster that this show was completely unnecessary. Completely unnecessary. You didn't have to have, 3 people now go back to back tonight pulling double duty? Why? Why didn't Jeff Hardy and Jaxson Ryker just go a little bit longer? Why didn't AJ Styles and Drew Gulak go longer? Why didn't Matt Riddle and Bobby Lashley go longer? None of these people needed to work double duty tonight. Anyone remember 11/26/18 Raw? Obi James, is that the one where they said that we were going to be the authority and we were going to be, they were going to be catering to us or whatever? It's bad without the rumored outbreak anyway. No excuses. Yeah, I mean, look, I feel bad for anyone who may have gotten it or may have come in contact with it. I hope that they have a speedy recovery. But at the same time, this is the WWE. This is their company. They chose to go forward. So we critique their shows as if everything was fine. They said that Drew McIntyre got it. They didn't say that 20 other people did. And I think the only reason why they announced that Drew McIntyre got it was because they booked themselves into a corner. He had to be on the show. He's the champion. He's on all their shows. He's featured heavily throughout all of their shows. Not only that, but he got pushed over at the end of the show by Gulak, got made to look like a little bitch because they didn't have enough time left for him to kiss him at the end of the show. They also had the match announced with Randy Orton, so they were kind of booked into a corner. They couldn't really maneuver around it without saying it. There's no way for him to not be on TV for 2 weeks. JVOJ says 11/26/18 Raw was the episode the viewership went down very low. Oh, okay. I mean, they've had tons of those. Clifton says, what's with the Goldberg name? I just don't like to curse. I don't like to cuss. So, especially in a public platform. So I like to censor myself. Russell Death says, hi, AOW. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Flash says, the only decent stuff was Keith Lee and Sheamus. Yep. Not mad at that. Not mad at that. Marcel says, typically you would have good matches on Raw, but I can't think of one good match. I mean, I know it was a squash match, but I didn't mind Lashley and Riddle for what it was. It was pretty physical. Other than that, yeah. I mean, you know, Elijah, I completely agree with you, my friend. Josh says a little late. What's up? How's it going, my friend? We're just kind of in the opening segment here. Just hanging out, chilling, doing a little roll call, chatting. Jeremy says, holy shit, that show was horrible. Yeah, man. Absolutely brutal. Detective AOW. Gulak is the future star of WWE. I really enjoy how they're building this fresh new star. Yeah, man, they had a fantastic video package today showcasing him. Oh, it was so good. So good. Yes, I do remember that. When Slice says, remember when WWE got an award for COVID awareness? You love to see it, right? You love to see it. Jesus. Who is heel, Rick or Charlotte? What? I have no idea, man. I have no idea. Jeremy says, I like your content. I'm going to subscribe. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. I appreciate it. And while we're on the topic here, if you're here and you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 1,000. So close. I think I started this stream at 908, somewhere around there. So we are getting super, super close. Very, very excited for that. Thank you guys so much. Also, please make sure to hit that like button as well. Makes everything go a little bit smoother, makes it get shown to more people, and you'll love to see that. You'll love to see it. Jeremy says, do you do NXT live streams? I do AEW Dynamite live streams. It's more so branded as Dynamite, but we do talk about NXT on it as well. Wrestle Death says, my question is, what if Adam Pearce is Brock Lesnar's client and they replace Pearce at the Rumble? I mean, I feel like that would be pretty random, though. It'd be pretty random, man. If anything, it's going to be Shinsuke or it's going to be Kevin Owens that replace Adam Pearce. But I don't know, man. They've been teasing Adam Pearce as a wrestler on Twitter. You know? They might be trying to build him up to actually look like a wrestler, which is pretty ass backwards. I know that he's a former wrestler. I know that he's been the NWA World's Champion time and time again. I understand that. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with him wrestling. The only thing that I have a problem with is that they tell you afterwards. WWE likes to pretend that we're all stupid, correct? So, shouldn't they be introducing this man as a wrestler, saying that he's wrestled, saying that he's been a former world champion, and yada, yada, yada? They schedule this man in a world championship match when he's supposed to be the general manager. And now all of a sudden, if you look on Twitter, you find them posting pictures of him wrestling and holding the NWA World Championship. It's just so backwards to me. Like, if you want to do it, show us before, like, build it up, show us. It's so weird. King D says they have no roster right now. Half the roster is gone. Who says that, though? Unless this COVID outbreak is huge, they have plenty of people there. Plenty of people. I haven't seen anything on it, so I don't really know. The only person that I know about at the moment is Drew McIntyre. Clifton says, I'm seeing a huge Nakamura face turn soon. I hope so, man. I love Shinsuke Nakamura. I saw Nakamania in the chat. Hashtag Nakamania from Shelvis. I see you, my friend. I see you. Logan says, I hope one day my parents let me curse so that I can finally say Gulak. Oh, I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. Hey, AOW, you heard about the COVID outbreak and that affected WWE, AEW, and Impact. I heard about it, but I don't know names. And I don't know how many people. The only person that I know about is Drew McIntyre. So if anyone else knows that, feel free to type it there in the chat. They Call Me Nova says, so Randy vs. Bray at Mania again. House of Horrors Part 2. God, no. Yeah, I could definitely see Randy vs. Bray going down at Mania. But they also only have 3 weeks, so maybe it's just going to happen at the Royal Rumble. Who knows? Like, because that's quite a ways away still. Quite a ways away. Logan says, is Goldberg too offensive? Yes, it is. It is. It's one of the worst words that you can ever say in the English dictionary. Oh, God, just a normal account. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? Flash says, AEW, will you be covering Hard to Kill? Actually, I'm glad that you asked that question. Yes, I will be covering Hard to Kill. And tomorrow we will be doing a giveaway. So one of you guys on Instagram will be able to enter the giveaway, and I will pick someone probably on Friday, maybe before or after SmackDown, sometime around that time when everyone's active. I will pick a winner, and that person will be able to watch Hard to Kill for free this Saturday, thanks to my good friends over at Fight TV. So I will be covering the show in its entirety, and if there's enough people interested, I think we might do our first ever Impact post show. Just maybe. I think it's going to be a fantastic event. There's actually quite a few good matches on the card. And the main event seems fantastic as well. Corey says, pick me, kind sir. Well, you'll have to enter the giveaway, my friend. You'll have to enter the giveaway. Brian says, that thumbnail, though, is so good, right? It's so good. Chloe says, your goal counter is at 7. Now it's at 8. Goal. Maybe I'll just say it randomly throughout the show. Goal. AEW, I'm really confused. Why is Kenny Omega keep going to Impact if it's not benefiting AEW? Well, sir. The tables have turned, because last week it did benefit them quite a bit. The Good Brothers showed up on AEW Dynamite, and they kind of reformed a club, if you will. Huge moment. If you didn't see it, I definitely recommend trying to find it on YouTube or something like that. I'm sure they posted it. I'm keeping count, Mr. Detective. Gold. Count me in for that Impact post show. Okay. Yeah, I'll check. Maybe we'll do a test on like Thursday or Saturday to see if people will be up for it. Maybe I'll just give it a try. Who cares? I guess. Who knows? Jack says the Rumble's on my birthday. I can't wait. Happy early birthday, my friend. That's awesome. I love the comic book theme for the Royal Rumble. It's kind of a blessing and a curse at the moment, because I've said it before, but this year's Royal Rumble was supposed to be in Seattle, and we live pretty close to Seattle. I live about 3 hours away, maybe 3.5 hours away from Seattle. So we were 100% going if it was there. But now I'm kind of thankful, because I have literally no interest in watching Roman Reigns take on Adam Pearce and Drew McIntyre defending his WWE Championship against Gold. Sorry I'm late. I fell asleep watching the show. No worries. Big Chicken, welcome in, my friend. Logan says, read this, AOW. Goldberg. Okay, I can't read it all. It's too much. I'm gonna like burn people's ears up with all these BPs. Who do you think will win this year's Royal Rumble? I still got that. I got Bianca Belair, Sonya Deville for the women's here, and I think I'm still gonna go with Daniel Bryan for the men's. Still think I'm gonna go that route. I don't know, maybe Shinsuke Nakamura now, if they get behind him. Bryson says, did you enjoy the Super X Cup? I actually didn't watch the Super X Cup, unfortunately. How was it though? Logan says Goldberg wins the Royal Rumble. I'm calling it. I hope not, man. Pulling double duty on that. Please God, no. Please God. Yeah, by the way, I'm being honest here. I have no idea who this Adam Pearce guy is. He's a wrestler. He's a wrestler. What are they building Keith Lee up for Mania? I don't know, man. I don't know. Andrade could win the Rumble. That would be incredible, but I don't see that happening. I don't think we're going to be happy with what happens at the Royal Rumble. And I don't think we're going to be happy with the match card that gets laid out for WrestleMania. But I think people might be okay with the outcome. Maybe. Flash says 2-time Royal Rumble winner Nakamura. That'd be crazy. That would be crazy. Isn't it awesome that we waited all night for Orton versus Triple H only to get a 3-minute brawl that wasn't even a match? Yeah, man. I said that on Twitter, man. I was like, you know what? There's like 12 minutes left on this show, and they're on a commercial, and they still have to make entrances, so yikes. I thought maybe Damian Priest would be debuting, since I heard he's not going to be on SmackDown anymore. I don't know, though. My birthday is on NXT. Well, happy birthday on Wednesday. Happy early birthday. The Velveteen Dream to debut in the Royal Rumble. I hope there's a lot of NXT people, but I don't know. I wouldn't even be mad if NXT had its own Royal Rumble, to be honest. I love Royal Rumbles. WWE knows how to clickbait. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I don't understand why people still fall for it. I don't get it. I don't get it. You have to know that Triple H didn't wake up this morning getting a phone call saying that he's got to wrestle today. No way. It was good to see Triple H. It is. I like Triple H, man. I like Triple H. I think he's fantastic. I just wish he was in charge, really. William says, I want to fight with Mustafa Ali. Good luck with that, my friend. Good luck with that. NXT needed to have their own elimination chamber. I'm not mad at that either. Not mad at that. Man, I'm glad I stopped my WWE Network. I mean, hey, man, the WWE Network, even if their current product is not very good, you still got all the old classics on there, except for WrestleMania 24. WrestleMania 24 is gone from the WWE Network. At least it was. I wonder if it's still gone. Logan says, Detective AOW, let's make a deal at the Royal Rumble. If Goldberg wins the Rumble and the WWE Championship, we just never watch WWE again. I think that'd be pretty safe to say for most people. I think that would happen. Let's see if WrestleMania is back on here, because I don't think I ever actually heard why it wasn't on here. No, it's still gone. WrestleMania 24 is still gone. I heard that it could be because of some sort of music that they don't have the license to anymore, so they removed it and they're editing the footage. I'm assuming it's music. That's my guess. It's still gone though. I just looked right now. Chloe says the counter is at 18. The numbers are pretty low. Let's pump up those numbers with another gold right here. Do you think Triple H is gonna have one more match? It's very possible. It's very possible. AJ Styles wants to wrestle Triple H at WrestleMania, so you could see that. Could see it. Maybe they'll run Orton and Triple H again. I don't know about that, but who knows? WrestleMania is still quite a ways away in terms of like WWE booking and stuff, so we could still see a lot of things change. Alex Silver says royalty problems with Floyd's entrance. There you go. There you go. Matthew says, hey, AEW, I got tacos. You want some? Hell yes, I want some tacos. Hell yeah, man. I love tacos. Speaking of tacos, have you guys ever had a quesadillas with consomme? Oh my God, that shit is amazing. It's like a crispy taco with like birria meat, onions, cilantro, and cheese, and then it comes with like some consomme soup that you dip it in. Oh my God, best thing in the world. Best thing in the world. I'm gonna send it through Dropbox. All right, man. I'm love me some Dropbox tacos there. So yeah, it looks like a couple people are saying Floyd Mayweather's music. That is why WrestleMania 24 is currently off the WWE Network. That WrestleMania was awesome. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. It's always weirder when you finally hear a person's voice for once. You know what's even weirder, Joshua? Is hearing your own voice. It's pretty weird. It's very weird. Even like there's a lot of stuff that I always want to go through and clip and find and post, but it's like, it's so weird. It's just so weird to listen to my my voice back. Bernie says birria tacos are bomb. Hell yeah, man. They are the best. They are the best. Flash says, man, I live in Mexico. I know a thing about tacos. My favorite, man. My favorite. I live in a Mexican household, so tacos are always in. Very good. Very good. Philly says, is this dude marking for question mark? Huh? What? What are you talking about? Wait, Triple H is doing something now? What? Am I missing something? Even though CFO made it, do you think Nakamura will get his theme back? I don't know. That's a good question. I hope so. Daryl says Taco Bell is where it's at. Oh, man. Listen. Taco Bell is good, okay? I'm not going to knock no Taco Bell, okay? Because Taco Bell is fantastic. And when you want some cheap food, it's amazing, okay? But burrito tacos, my friend, it's a whole other level. It's a whole other level of deliciousness. I urge everyone to go find a burrito taco and buy it and eat it because it is so good. So good. As a Mexican guy, I don't like soups, but I do like consomme. Yeah. Oh, dude, it's so good. It's so good. Pradeep says, what other sports do you watch? I do not watch anything else. Just good old sports entertainment. Trav, by the way, why do you call Nia Jax Big Oof? Good question. The reason why I call her that is, I mean, I've explained it before on here, but it's kind of a hard thing to explain. There's a game called Roblox. Okay, it's like a kid's game. It's like a child's game. Okay, it's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of like Legos, isn't it? I don't know. It kind of reminds me of like a Lego Minecraft type game. Okay, and when they die, they go oof. That's the sound you hear when they die. They go oof. Oof. So, you know, you can kind of put 2 and 2 together. A lot of people say oof when they make mistakes or stuff like that. So, she makes tons of mistakes. She hurts tons of people. She legit injures tons of people. And a big oof is even more oopsies, you know, more accidents, more injuries. So there you go. Big oof. Big oof. The name you're looking for is Roblox. Yeah, I was trying to like describe it though. It's kind of like a Minecraft Lego hybrid, isn't it? OB James says that's where that's from. That's great. Yeah, it's like what was it, like PewDiePie used to say it like a long time ago, like 3 years ago. It was like a big thing for a while. Oof was a big thing for a while, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I don't know. You explaining Roblox to someone is the funniest shit ever. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I mean, I know what it is, but I don't know. I've never played it before. I just know that it's like a Lego Minecraft thing, and they just go oof when they die. Man, what kind of post show is this? God damn. This is your Monday Night Raw post show where we talk about Roblox, oofs, and burrito tacos with consomme. What a great stream. What a great stream. Logan says, will the Phantom Spec streams ever return? Miss the main Sting Casually Gaming. Yes, they will. They will soon. I think I got everything kind of under control for it. I just bought a ton more games to play. BioShock. I bought Cuphead. I've been playing Fall Guys like crazy. I love me some Fall Guys. I know that I'm like 2 seasons late or whatever, but man, that game is stupid addicting. About Tony Hawk's 1 and 2, but I mean, kind of sucks playing that game without the soundtrack. I bought all of the BioShock games. I still need to play Breath of the Wild. There's a lot of stuff. Doesn't Minecraft Death say oof? No, that's Roblox. Hey, AEW, what are your thoughts on reports saying Daniel Bryan wants more NXT call-ups for SmackDown? I know that Daniel Bryan just wants to wrestle everyone for an hour, so I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. But, and I don't know. I'm so torn because I don't want to see NXT call-ups because of the current state of the product. But at the same time, NXT is so crowded that I kind of feel like it needs to happen so they can make room for other people, you know? I wouldn't mind seeing Johnny Gargano move away and the Undisputed Era move away. There's just some people crowding some spaces where I think other people could come in and shine a little bit. I played the BioShock collection and loved it. It's a game I've always wanted to play, but I just never pulled the trigger on it. And it was on sale for like $9 or something. So I bought all the BioShock games for $9 for like a winter sale. It was extremely cool. Logan says, I bought Cyberpunk. Guess what? Oh no, man. Cyberpunk. See, I almost got by Cyberpunk. They almost got me. But luckily, I didn't pull the trigger on it. The only thing I can compare to that, I don't know how bad it is, but I did pay $100 for WWE 2K20. And I paid, I think I paid $100 for No Man's Sky when it came out as well. Oh, God. You really got to be careful buying games these days. You really do. Anthony says, what if you do a WWE watch along on Twitch? No, thank you. I am a Twitch affiliate, and I am certainly not trying to get any copyright strikes or anything. If you're talking about just a watch along with like just chilling and stuff, I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I could sit here for 3 hours and do it. I don't know if I could do it. Could Paige return in the Royal Rumble? I don't think so. Just bring Brian down to NXT. I mean, you could do that. Jamel says, I have 188 hours played of Fall Guys. Good Lord, my friend. That's awesome. You know, I always get to the finals, but I can never win. I have not won in Fall Guys yet. I've probably put in 20 hours. 20 hours, probably. I would load up Steam, but it'll probably kill my stream. So... Traveler says, did you get a PS5? No, I do not have any sort of next-gen consoles. I don't have any yet. I'm running just a classic PS4 and an Xbox One X at the moment. That's just, sorry to hear about that. Or sorry to hear about that purchase. Yeah. Yeah, it's really bad. Really bad. Oh, yes. Nova, I pre-ordered WWE 2K20, my first pre-order, and it was bad. Yeah, man. You gotta be careful. With that. Chloe says, what's Fall Guys? Oh God, you guys are gonna love me describing things. So Fall Guys is kind of like these little bean people, like these little fluffy bean people, kind of like Among Us, but 3D. And I would describe it as trying to go through like a child's like obstacle course or like a wipeout course, you know, where there's like things that knock you off and there's water at the bottom. Except in Fall Guys, there's not water at the bottom. You just go into an empty void and you start back over. And it's essentially just kind of a contest to find a number one winner. You just kind of do all sorts of different stuff and things, little courses. I know what it is. I want you to describe it, of course. It's a little bean people playing Wipeout, okay, above a void. That's Fall Guys. Joshua says, would you kindly remember this comment when you finish the first BioShock? Screenshot it, even because it's a great game. I beat it about 2 weeks ago. Okay. All right. I'll try to remember that. F says, will you ever do a gaming stream? Yes. I used to do them all the time on another channel. I haven't done it because we just bought a house and all of that other stuff. So I will be doing them soon because I have a ton of games to play. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I buy so many games and I never play them because I always want to do them on stream. And then I just never do it. So I have a ton of backlogs of games to play. So one day I'm just going to go through them. Don't forget the little hot dog outfits you can put on them. Yes. I'm currently wearing like a superhero outfit, I believe. Marcel says, did you hear the AEW game is slated for a 2022 release? I did not hear about that, but I'm not mad at that. Not mad at that at all. Anthony says, are you trying to play Breath of the Wild Part 1 or are you waiting for Part 2? So I'm trying to play Breath of the Wild Part 1 before Part 2 comes out. I bought it so long ago and I just haven't played it. And I know that it's one of the games that I'm going to have to just play all the way through. So I think I'm almost to a point where I can start streaming games again. Although I do, before I finish or start anything new, I think I need to finish Fire Pro, because I think I have like an episode or 2 left of the, what is it? The heavyweight story mode. I think I need to do one more of those or something like that. So that'll be first. How are we talking about anything but Raw? I know, right? I mean, if this doesn't tell you how bad WWE Raw was tonight, I don't know what to tell you, man. We're sitting here talking about birria tacos. We're talking about Roblox oofs, talking about Fall Guys games. I saw someone mention the Ghost of Tsushima. No, I don't plan on playing that game. I don't really play anything on the PS4, but I do want to go through and play God of War again. I do want to play God of War again because that game was amazing and I haven't touched it since it came out. So I might do another one of those. Chloe says, when does the post show start? The post show started 37 minutes ago. And you know what? I hope you're still keeping count because gold. Vince is in the chat. Yes, Vince is always in the chat. Yes, thank you, Vince. Tonight's Raw was fantastic. Jeremy says face reveal. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Logan says, Jeremy, he is Sting, my friend. Yes, I am. You know what's funny is after this, we're gonna get to the post show. Okay, we're gonna get to the post show after this. AEW sent me a thing about Sting on their podcast, and they have like video of him sitting there chatting, and I really want to take it and just put it on my stream and just have it, but I'm terrified that they'll nail me for copyright. So F Chef says, how do you feel about Adam Pearce winning every belt, even the women's? Why not at this point? Why not? Does it even matter? I heard them say on commentary tonight that the WWE Championship is the most prestigious championship ever. And boy, I couldn't disagree more. Jesus. All right, so let's get into this post-show rundown here. It only took us 40 minutes to get there, but it's all good. It's all good. So Triple H opened up tonight's show. Of course, in typical fashion, Randy Orton came out and challenged Triple H to a match tonight, but all he got was a slap in the head, punch in the face. Next up, Charlotte Flair takes on Lacey Evans. Sheamus and Keith Lee are featured in a backstage segment where they end up announcing that they're going to be teaming up to fight The Miz and John Morrison. Next up, we have Jaxson Ryker versus Jeff Hardy. And here's where things start to get interesting. Elias versus Jeff Hardy as well. We got our first double duty pulling up here. Next up, we have Sheamus and Keith Lee taking on The Miz and John Morrison. Wait for it. Next up, the Sheamus versus Keith Lee, another double duty match. Triple H announces that he accepts Randy Orton's challenge and he will go one-on-one with him in tonight's main event. Next up, we had another segment with Drew McIntyre where he accepts Gulak's challenge for the Royal Rumble. T-Bar versus Xavier Woods. Bobby Lashley versus Matt Riddle for the United States Championship. Here we go. Are you ready for it? Another double duty right here. MVP versus Matt Riddle. Drew Gulak tries to declare himself for the Royal Rumble, but apparently he's the only person in the world that isn't allowed to do that. So, Drew Gulak versus AJ Styles. This is the best part of the show right here. You guys ready for this? We got ourselves a Gold highlight video package. Wow. Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose declare themselves for the Royal Rumble. Makes no sense. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose. Finally, we had Triple H versus Randy Orton in tonight's main event, but big ol' swerve. It ends up with Alexa Bliss throwing a fireball in Randy Orton's face. That is a complete rundown of tonight's episode of Raw. A lot happened for absolutely nothing to happen. Raphael says, so many comments on IG of people saying they haven't watched Raw in years but wanted to see Triple H and now won't ever watch Raw again. Great work, WWE. You did an amazing job. Wow. Oh, yeah, man. There's so many people that just, they're not going to get their audience back doing stuff like this. They're really not. And I don't understand where they think that this is any sort of a good idea. They're not really doing anything to help. They're crying that they don't have anyone that seems like a credible challenger for Drew McIntyre or the WWE Championship. And that's the reason why they brought back Goldberg. But this is what they do to their talent. Of course there's no credible challengers. Why would there be? Look at this. Look at this. It's insane. 3 double duty matches. It certainly is weird. Not only that, but all right, let me count the matches here. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we kind of had 11 matches, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them ended in some sort of hokey finish. Yep. Well, I guess you could count that as 6 of them. 6 of them. Did you watch AEW Road to New Year's Smash on YouTube? It's incredible. I haven't, but I definitely think I'm going to check it out. Again, Triple H works only on Mania. They should have known better. I mean, it's typical WWE to just clickbait people. Yeah, he kind of did something tonight. Go the future. Yeah, I bet. I bet. This was Triple H's first match in a year and a half, says Obi James. Yeah, so what that would be, was the last match the Brothers of Destruction versus DX match? Oh, CM Punk here. Yeah. Pradeep says, do you do the gold censor manually or what? Yes, I do it myself. I wish YouTube had a built-in thing that would censor every time I said gold, but unfortunately they don't. I have to do it myself. I got to put in a lot of work to make this happen, okay? Lots of gold going around here. 14 minutes of hype. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely check it out. I will definitely check it out. Super Showdown 2019. Okay, yeah, I think that's the one I was thinking of. Chloe says, I was hoping Randy was going to challenge Triple H to set him on fire. The crazy thing about the beginning of the show was Triple H said he would have set the Fiend on fire too. What? What is wrong with these people in this company? Good Lord. Jerry says, I hope Drew is not going to lose the title to Goldberg. Yeah, well, sorry, my friend. I think that is going to be what happens. I think that's what's going to happen. Mark 10 says, WWE is the drizzling shits. Yes, it is, my friend. Yes, it is. I'm glad you used that to describe it because I think it's hilarious. Nova says the last BTE of the Brody tribute show was amazing. Eddie Kingston is an amazing locker room leader. Yeah, man, that was so good. Okay, so the gold counter is at 32 right now. Make that 33. Gold. CM Punk says, can you tell me the time in the US right now? It is 8:54 p.m. for me. I am on the west coast of the United States. Raphael says, at least AEW on Wednesday will be good. Yes, we have a huge thing to go into from that. The club reuniting for life. For life. And it's also a themed event, New Year's Smash Night 2. Hopefully it should be a good one. Obi James says the build to this match is scaring me to death. Me too, man. But I've already come to terms with it. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I'm sorry to tell you this, but at the Royal Rumble, Gulak is going to be your new WWE champion. It's gotta be. It's gotta be what they're gonna do. Marcel says Raw is better than Dynamite. Some guy that just DM'd me. Dude, people DM me all the time. It's so weird. Like, I mean, I don't mind the normal people that DM me and just chat, but like the person that DMs me and is like, Raw was so good. What are you talking about, loser? Like, dude, leave me alone. Like, who are you? Leave me alone. Like, if you want to chat and be like, cool, that's cool. But like, what's your end goal? To like just message me and like just talk shit? Like, I'm sorry, but I don't care, man. I got better things to do. Better things to do than this, okay? Marcel says Darby versus Cage will be great. Yes. Yes. Should be a good one. The splash from Snoop. Oh, God, yeah. Did I not pray enough for Raw to get better? I guess not, man. I guess not. Okay. So, anyways, next up, the first match of the night. We had Charlotte Flair taking on Lacey Evans. I guess this is sort of a rematch from last week where... sorry, I will not DM you, my friend. No, you're good. You're good. You're good. Someone literally just DM'd me before I went live and was just like, I don't know. They sent me this like huge paragraph about me being like an asshole or something like that. So I just thought it was funny. Anyway, so Charlotte Flair takes on Lacey Evans in sort of a rematch from last week since Ric Flair ended up costing his own daughter, Charlotte Flair, the match last week. Well, guess what? You didn't know this, but tonight was Legends Night Part 2, and your boy Ric Flair was in the building as well. You know what? I don't think I could do this while I'm talking. But anyways, I'll try to do it. This would be... If I can get him on here. Let's get some woos here. XLR, it will be the samples. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. You guys are in for a treat. Hopefully this isn't too loud. I'm gonna turn this down really quick. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. Your boy Ric Flair was in the building. There we go. We got ourselves some samples going on now. Finally here. And guess what? Guess what happened tonight? Ric Flair cost his daughter the match once again, and it looks like he's rolling with Lacey Evans. He's rolling with her. Turn it up a bit. Is it that quiet? I don't want it to like blow everyone's eardrums out. Those Fall Guy sound effects. Ric Flair Stream Deck. No, I got it. Well, I do have a Stream Deck, but this is the Go XLR. Ric Flair costing his daughter Charlotte Flair the match once again, and this time around he's got a big old smile on his face. Lacey Evans on his arm as well. This is Ric Flair right now. All the woos in the world for Ric Flair. He is super, super happy. I don't get it. I don't want to see it. I don't care. I don't care. I don't know what this is going to do for anyone. Where's Asuka, by the way? Okay. Asuka is not only half of the women's tag team champions, but she's also the Raw women's champion, and she hasn't done anything with it forever now. CM Punk says, hey, stop the woo sound. What woo sound? That woo sound? Let's see when the last time... I mean, I've looked up Asuka and her Raw Women's Championship defenses a lot, but I don't remember the date. So, Asuka. Matches. Okay, here we go. So, the last time that Asuka defended her Raw Women's Championship was November 23rd. So quite a ways away now. Before that, it was October 19th. October 19th. Before that, it was September 28th. And then before that, it was September 27th. Those two were against Zelina Vega back to back. So she hasn't, it's almost been 2 months. Almost 2 months. I don't get it. Where's the Raw women's division for singles competitors? This is why I don't understand why these are a thing at all. These women's tag team championships, they're not doing anything for anyone. And now Asuka's holding 2 belts and not doing anything with them. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm assuming that, like I said before, I think probably what's most likely going to happen is Asuka and Charlotte Flair, they're going to lose the titles, obviously. One of them's going to blame the other one for the loss. And then we're going to see Asuka and Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania for the Raw Women's Championship. Since Charlotte Flair defeated Asuka and ended her streak at WrestleMania, I feel like they're going to have Asuka get her win back and defeat Charlotte Flair. That's what I'm going on. Chloe says, in the great words of AOW, what tag division? Yeah, and that goes for every single tag division in WWE. What tag division? There's none. It's non-existent. They Call Me Nova says, are they waiting on Becky or something? I guess, man. I have no idea. Raphael says, can we talk about the fact that we got a US title match tonight and they didn't even advertise it? Proof that they don't give a single shit about their titles. I thought that was weird. I thought that was weird too. I thought maybe it was just me, but I don't remember seeing that advertised. So I just thought it was me. I guess not. It was very odd to see that. I mean, I guess I get it because he won and that's what WWE does. So maybe we'll see them at the Royal Rumble again and Matt Riddle will actually win. I don't know. Marcel says, did you watch BTE? Ugh, words. Yes, I did watch BTE today. Did watch it. They won tag titles for the men. What do you mean, Killer? What do you mean? What do you mean? All right, so let's move on to the next one here. Jaxson Ryker versus Jeff Hardy. So this match was actually advertised as Elias versus Jeff Hardy. But on the way down to the ring, he said that he had some sort of injury or something. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I was cooking some steaks. So this match ended up being Jaxson Ryker versus Jeff Hardy. Ryker squashed Jeff Hardy thanks to a distraction from Elias. Cool. Right? What? And then afterwards, Elias grabs a mic and says that he's going to fight Jeff Hardy. And then Elias loses clean to Jeff Hardy. Why? Who does this help? Who benefited from this? Jaxson Ryker? Because he won? I don't get it. They Call Me Nova says, okay, so Elias can't defeat an already injured Jeff Hardy, right? Like, I don't get it. CM Punk says we see the 50th time of Jeff and Elias. Yeah, I can't believe that they ran this one back. Daryl says, I should have watched Returns of the Drunken Master instead of Raw tonight. Man, you could have watched paint dry, you could have watched your grass grow, and it probably all would have been more exciting than this show. It really just didn't make any sense whatsoever. It really didn't. They really decided to bring Jaxson Ryker back during all the political stuff going on too. Not only, so the irritating thing about the whole Jaxson Ryker, I don't care what your political beliefs are, where you stand with anything. That's not what I'm here for. That's not what we're here to discuss. Jaxson Ryker is the one that said whatever he said. He's the one that got them all in trouble. The entire Forgotten Sons. All 3 of them got in trouble for what he said on Twitter. Now, they're off TV. Okay. Why didn't you just take Jaxson Ryker away and have them still on? They didn't do anything. Steve Cutler and Wesley Blake didn't do anything. And actually, they kind of were like, "Hey, no, we don't swing this way, so we don't want to be involved in this." So instead, they kept all three of them off TV, and they literally brought all three of them back at the same time, but split up. And now Jaxson Ryker is the one that's actually wrestling, and the other two are not. They're just standing next to Baron Corbin, doing nothing. What's the point of all of this? Like, I seriously don't understand. I don't understand. Especially with the whole thing. If you have Elias and Jaxson Ryker, if you want to put the past aside, do whatever. Okay, cool, whatever. These two could be a tag team. Could they not? Why aren't Wesley Blake and Steve Cutler a tag team in the tag division? These tag divisions are super lacking. It only makes sense, doesn't it? Obi James says Jaxson Ryker is now a wanted man for what he said. Did he say something else? Uh-oh. I hope not. Anthony says, how do you like your steak? Fully cooked or medium rare? I cook them medium rare. Medium rare. Are the Forgotten Sons a part of Corbin's stable? So part of them, yes, two of them are. The other one is the guy with Elias, Jaxson Ryker. But Jaxson Ryker is the one that got in trouble, not the other two. So it just doesn't make sense why they were all off of TV. Doesn't make sense. No, Michael, you're good. You're good, my friend. I'm just talking about this generalizing, that it doesn't make sense why all three of them were punished for something that one person did, and then they all return at the same time, and the person that got them all in trouble is the only one actually doing something. I just don't get it. I don't get it at all. We already know that they're a team. The Forgotten Sons seemed like they had a rocket strapped to them when they first debuted on SmackDown. So I don't understand what the problem is. I really don't. The tag teams are lacking, so why not? Go for it. What's the worst that can happen? You have tag team? Ooh, big deal. Marcel says Ryker gets more TV time than the other Forgotten Sons. Yeah, and they just stand there. Angel says, I refuse to believe that Vince looks at this shit and goes, yeah, this is fine. After pulling the same shit over and over, it's like he's got amnesia and just repeats matches and storylines. That's what I don't understand either. These people are getting paid 6 figures plus to come up with some sort of creative, right? Where's the creative? Where's the creative? I don't have a damn sound. All I have is woo. That's all I got. That's all I got right now. Just the woo. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get how there's a team of people that are focused to doing this. This is their job. This is their job. Their sole job is to come up with creative and stories and matches for Monday Night Raw and possibly SmackDown. And this is what we get. Why? Kobe Talk says, hey, welcome, Kobe. How you doing, my friend? Charlotte Flair says, play my theme song. Absolutely not. No copyright for me. Thank you very much. Angel says, why hire writers to rip up scripts before the shows and running their work? I don't get it. And obviously, if you have these record lows as well, why are you running them back? Why are you running them back? If it didn't work last week, it's surely not going to work this week. Raphael says, when we, the fans, can think of something better that they could have done for pretty much every segment, you know something is wrong. And not only that, but we can come up with it at the top of our head. I literally could sit here and you give me a pen and paper, you give me 10 minutes. I'll write you a better Monday Night Raw. Off the top. It's not that difficult. Hell, I could even time it. I could even time everything. I'd be like, hey, you guys get 12 minutes, 10 seconds. You guys are getting 6 minutes. You guys are getting 10 minutes. This promo is going to be 3 minutes, 50 seconds. Like, I really don't think it's that difficult. I really don't. Damn, Triple H was on it and it still was torture. Wow. I mean, Triple H wasn't even really on it that much. Your intro music for the Raw post show Has to be clown music from now on. Oh God, I can't do that. The starting soon music and the intro music is supposed to be a hype. Supposed to hype you up, get you ready for a good post show. Although it's kind of hard to have a good post show when the show was kind of crappy. You know what I mean? That's why we spent 40 minutes talking about tacos and Roblox. Marcel says, did you hear WWE are hiring writers? You should apply. Yes, those people also need like 5-7 years in TV experience and all sorts of stuff like that. And it wouldn't work. When I first started doing social media stuff, I was like, man, that's the goal. I think that's the goal. Like, I'll do all this wrestling stuff and I'll make it work, and then maybe one day I can actually get a job with them and work there. I would never. There's not enough money in the world. Actually, there is, but it'll never happen. It'll never happen. Plus I also couldn't see working in that sort of environment. I hear it's really cutthroat and no one likes each other and everyone's just stabbing each other in the back all the time. So that's a cool pass for me. I think I'll just continue to do what I do. I think in the long run, I will be able to be successful here. I think I have a lot of fun and meeting all of you guys and interacting with all of you guys. I think that's what makes all of this enjoyable and worthwhile, to be honest. If it wasn't for any of this, I don't think I would watch these shows anymore. I get no benefit out of it personally, other than just meeting you guys and hanging out with you guys and chatting and exchanging comments and DMs and stuff like that. You know, that's about it. I guess that meme of WWE's creative team being a group of monkeys is true. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I don't even know why they have one. Like, they could stop releasing wrestlers and just release all of their creative team, and Vince can just do it in 10 minutes on his drive over there, or during his lunch, or during his afternoon poop. Someone could take a poop in the afternoon and write a better show than this. So what would you say if you met Vince? I wouldn't meet Vince. I don't like meeting famous people. It'd be weird. If I did meet him, I would say hi. I don't know. Certainly wouldn't say I love your show. I would say this about Raw. There was no mention of Cardi B. That's true. There wasn't. You would quit all wrestling except for AEW and NXT. I would quit watching NXT as well. I'd only watch Dynamite. That's all. I have a hard time getting invested into NXT when I know what the outcome is. And it just, like, for me, supporting the company as a whole just gets super irritating. Big Chicken says, I could write a better show in my sleep. I don't doubt you, my friend. I bet you could. They're hiring writers from The Big Bang Theory with the quality of content they put out in their 3-hour show. Yikes. Marcel, hi, your shows are shit. Authors to Vince. Yeah, and then I get beat up. Vince is jacked, man. I'm not disrespecting Vince. He beat me up. He beat me up so fast. Man's huge. Huge. Kobe says, Drew McIntyre says social distance, yet they are promoting the Royal Rumble match. Yeah, right? It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. What the best way to do to social distance is to be in the Royal Rumble. Goldberg. There you go for that counter. Okay, so Sheamus and Keith Lee take on the Miz and John Morrison. Man, this poor Money in the Bank briefcase. It hurts. It hurts. The Money in the Bank briefcase. It should be a catalyst to help create new stars. It should help propel people from the mid card to the world title scene. You know, it should be used for that, but it's not. And it has been completely dragged through the mud this time around. This reign, if you want to call it that, has been extremely rocky, and they're not doing it any favors. They're really not. I don't understand why Sheamus and Keith Lee are feuding with The Miz and John Morrison. The Miz and John Morrison need to feud with someone that they can win over. Like, Why? Or at least just The Miz. The Miz needs to get some wins, right? PWR says, hey, I'm here. What did you miss? You missed some very high quality content, PWR. We talked about tacos and Roblox and Fall Guys. Kobe says Money in the Bank is dead. Last good one was Ambrose Rollins. They're getting lazy without us there. It's simple. Stop. It's already dead. You know, King, I think you're right, man. I think they are getting lazy without fans there. They can just pump whatever they want into the WWE 2K20 noise filter thing they got going on there and just go with it. I think if they randomly go from having these no people shows to a big arena, they're going to have a bad time, man. Those fans are going to hijack that show so fast. You're going to hear CM Punk chants left and right. You're going to hear what chants left and right. You're going to hear probably AEW chants left and right as well, considering that they've had a pretty good year. So if I'm WWE, I fear when fans come back. I fear when fans come back. Andrade should win Money in the Bank or the Royal Rumble. Yeah, but what good does it do? What good does it do? The Miz loses everything. Do I need to bring up the Miz's win-loss record? Do I need to bring it up? The Miz. Let's see here. See if I can easily do his last 10 matches. So tonight's wasn't on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so his last 10 matches, starting not with this week. So Bray Wyatt defeats The Miz. Miz actually beats Angel Garza in a battle royal. The Miz loses to Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. Drew McIntyre defeats the Miz. AJ, so he gets a win with AJ Styles. John Morrison and The Miz defeat Keith Lee. Drew McIntyre defeats AJ Styles on The Miz. They lose in the Holiday Street fight. He loses to 3 minutes, in 3 minutes to Grand Metalik. He loses to The New Day, and then he loses tonight. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. So he has lost 7 out of his last 10 matches. 7 out of 10. One of them was a squash match. 3 minutes and 20 seconds to Grand Metalik. Where was the follow-up for that? Wait, why is fighting Drew for the WWE Championship? I missed 2 Raws and Goldberg's fighting Drew. Yeah, I mean, he just showed up and challenged. That's how this works. Do I have all of this written down? No. For those of you that are interested, I've talked about this a couple of times, but if you have not seen it, there's this beautiful website called cagematch.net. I'll post it in the chat right there for you. These people are crazy. They log absolutely everything and anything. So if you ever want to look at someone's win-loss record or stats from a show, you can go on there and type it in. You can see literally everything dating back to like forever. They have 1,968 matches for The Miz. Hashtag not sponsored. Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't know who these people are. I just think this is a super cool tool to have at your disposal. Compared to Rollins' 1-year reign with the Money in the Bank, Rollins rarely lost. And that's how it should be. That's how it should be. The Miz should be going up against people that he can beat. I don't know who that is. I don't know who's on that show. WWE.com. I don't even care. I don't even care to look into it. There's tons of people that he can beat on that roster. There's people that he could feud with. They would be just fine. Everyone was so worried about getting the Money in the Bank briefcase off of Otis that, like, for what though? Like, what was the end goal? Getting it off of Otis just to put it on the Miz was not any better at all. Big Chicken says John Morrison's record in 2020 is 13-28. That's terrible. That's terrible. Like, What? That's so bad. They should get the Money in the Bank on Carlito. Yeah, I don't think that would ever happen, my friend. Maybe Carlito will be in the Royal Rumble. I could see that happening. Raphael says it really says something when Brock Lesnar was the best Money in the Bank holder over the past 4 years. Yeah, at least it was entertaining, to say the least. You know, like, you can be mad about Brock Lesnar holding the Money in the Bank, but he wasn't in the match too, so you know, but at least he was entertaining. They're not entertaining at all, and all they do is lose. How, when you have someone who's the Money in the Bank briefcase holder, you should feel like they're a threat, right? So every time you see Drew McIntyre on your TV, you should be like, is it going to happen? Is it time? Are they going to cash in? Could The Miz walk out as the WWE champion? But now it's like, oh, Drew McIntyre squashed The Miz and John Morrison in like 5 minutes in a handicap match. So it's like, I'm not worried about it. Like, who cares? Drew McIntyre's not worried about it at all. Chloe says you can't mention Brock Lesnar without the Brock box. Yeah, that was fantastic. It was so fun. It was so good. I loved that. And I loved the whole thing where him and Paul Heyman came out and he didn't know that he had a long time to cash it in. I loved that. That was a cool little segment right there. Bro, why is it that Drew Gulak is the only person in the world who can't declare himself for the Royal Rumble? I have no idea. No idea. Nova says, watch, he will try to cash in at the Rumble and Goldberg will spear the shit out of him, and there goes the case. You know, he could even cash in and you could have Goldberg beat The Miz. In WWE's eyes, that makes Drew McIntyre look strong. So I could certainly see that happening. The Miz cashes in, Goldberg catches him, pins him 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre's pissed off, so he wants his rematch, and they give it to him at WrestleMania. And at that point, Drew McIntyre would defeat Goldberg and win back the WWE Championship. You could certainly do that. And even if we thought The Miz was going to win the title, we still wouldn't care because we know how he would lose the title of the month anyways. Yeah, exactly. Like, if The Miz and John Morrison can't beat Drew McIntyre, I certainly don't think that The Miz can beat Drew McIntyre. I don't think he can defend it against anyone. Big Chicken says Nakamura's 2020 record is 9-33. Are you serious? See, this is what I'm telling you. Cage Match is awesome, and I want to start doing more stuff like that because it really puts things in perspective to you, where it's like, wow, Nakamura was in 42 matches and he only won 9 of them in an entire year. And let's not forget that Nakamura was the SmackDown Tag Team Champions with Cesaro for a little bit as well. So you have those tag matches involved in there as well. Big Chicken says Ricochet is actually 28-27, surprisingly. That's not the worst. He had an epic cash in moment as well. 9-33 to a former IWGP champion. Picture that. And I'll say it once again. They wonder why they have no credible challengers to Drew McIntyre and the WWE Championship. That's why they had to call in old Billy Boy Goldberg to come in and save the day. 9-33. Wow. Wow. That is absolutely insane. Big Chicken says, but at least Nakamura has 3 wins this year. Does he? Oh, yeah, but yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, because of the gauntlet. Yeah, he's already 33% of the way there to his entire run last year, and that was just from one show. That's funny and sad at the same time. Like, there's a lot of pain in that one. It should have been Carlito. But anyways, off this whole Money in the Bank rant, Miz and John Morrison teamed up to take on Sheamus and Keith Lee. Obi James says Corbin is 7-41. Ouch. Oh, that's a terrible record. Oh, that's a terrible record. But yeah, Sheamus and Keith Lee put their differences aside for tonight. And of course, we've been talking about it. Of course, they lay out the Miz and John Morrison. They beat the hell out of them, and they get the win. This match was obviously very predictable. There's no way that we would have seen the Miz or John Morrison go over them. And Keith Lee was about to get the big win, and Sheamus ended up tagging himself in to kind of steal the victory. After the match, they were happy about the win, and then they kind of got disgruntled with each other. They started to get into it. We went to commercial. Then when we get back from commercial, Sheamus and Keith Lee are now in a match. Yes, they couldn't get along for too long because now they're battling it out in a singles match. I wasn't mad about this match at all. It wasn't that bad. Happy to see Keith Lee pick up some wins as well. Sheamus, I think he's good in the sense that he can put on good matches with people, but I don't see him going any further than where he is right now currently. At least for me, I don't like the gimmick. And I don't know. So good to see Keith Lee get another win. After this match, Keith Lee went to go for the fist bump here. Sheamus smacked it away and gave this man a big old hug. They hugged it out in the middle of the ring. So these guys went from being enemies to friends to enemies and friends all in one night. Daryl says Keith Lee and Sheamus tag team champions. I wouldn't put it past them to do that. PWR says, I don't know how you watch 3 hours of this BS. It's pretty hard, man. Pretty hard. Chloe says, can someone take over the counter for a bit? I gotta go do something. The Goldberg counter is in danger. Nova says the booking is so random. Keith goes from challenging for the WWE Championship to fighting Sheamus again. It's strange. It really is. Again, Sheamus and Keith Lee gave the most decent thing on Raw, and also hearing the game theme was great. It was. It's always great to see Triple H. I like Triple H personally. I thought the opening promo was good. I think it's just kind of messed up to bait people into watching a 3-hour show for what you're going to give them. Of course, we weren't going to see some 25-30 minute banger match here. Of course. So they could have done anything better, I think, than what they gave us. But yeah, the booking, it doesn't go anywhere. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, well, you have to wait for the long-term storytelling, but there isn't any. There's no stories in most of this. There's just not. So there's nothing to wait for. And when we do wait for something, nothing's there. Or it's just dragged on so long that we don't care. Think about the whole Seth Rollins thing and the greater good. I was all for it. I thought it was fantastic. But then it went on for 8 months for no reason, with no direction. Like, we have no idea what any of that was ever about. It still doesn't make sense to this day. And it's not even going on. Sisis says, rip top turnbuckle. Yeah, I wonder if that was planned or not. So if you weren't watching the show, Keith Lee, I think it was John Morrison, if I remember correctly. Keith Lee shoves John Morrison into the corner, and the top turnbuckle just literally flies off the corner. Big Chicken says, speaking of Rollins, 21-32. Ouch. Yeah, that's not great. Not great at all. I agree. I like Triple H. Sometimes I feel like a Triple H fanboy. Triple H embodies what a wrestler needs to be. Yeah, I mean, I have no problems with Triple H. I like Triple H a lot. No problems there. Flash says, Detective AOW, see you this Wednesday. Gotta go. See you guys. See you later, my friend. It was good seeing you, Flash. Talk to you on Wednesday. Have a good rest of your night. Raphael says, what about Aleister Black and Andrade? Oh, God, I'm terrified to see these. Terrified to see these. So after this match with Sheamus and Keith Lee, we go to a backstage segment once again where Triple H accepts Randy Orton's challenge. Big Chicken says Black was 33-11. Wow. That's fantastic. And look, now that man's not even on TV. Not even on TV. Andrade 20-22. Not the worst, but certainly not the best. This counter is at 45. I'm hearing bleeps from a distance. I'll ease down. So yeah, Triple H accepted the challenge from Randy Orton, so it was on. By getting free wins against local competitors. Oh, that's right. He did a lot of that in 2020. Carlito's winning losses. Carlito hasn't wrestled in years, man. It was a whole different era back then. Yeah, he was pushed really well, but he didn't really have any sort of direction for him. They were just kind of having him beat up local people for nothing. And then he was just in a dark room for no reason as well. If you remember that. And then he all of a sudden like had a couple matches, and then he was just back in the dark room. And then he just went away forever. Marcel says, did you ever stop watching? Yes, I stopped watching for quite a while. I don't know what years, probably somewhere around 2004-ish. No. Yeah, probably somewhere around like 2004, 2006-ish to about 2015-ish. I didn't watch for almost like 10 years, a little more than 10 years. Black was in that room talking about his feelings until he heard a knock, and I was so hyped to hear that knock. So hyped for that. Obi James, why you do this to me, man? Why you do this to me? Speaking of Black, where's Aleister Black? So here's our where's Aleister Black comment of the night. No one knows where Aleister Black is, unfortunately. He is currently rumored to not even be considered for creative directions. So at this point, he's just kind of sitting out his contract from what I understand. So I don't expect to see him anytime soon. Long story short is that he wanted to go back to NXT. They said no. And also, he's married to Zelina Vega and she got released. So definitely some bad blood going on there. Hey, W, I think it's better if you say the G word instead of gold. I like saying gold. I like that one. We haven't seen Lana getting put through a table. Strange. Yeah, she's supposedly injured, right? Why did you start watching again? For the job? No. So I started watching because I caught wind of Broken Matt Hardy. And I watched some of the stuff on YouTube and I thought it was really interesting. But I caught it too late. And so I caught wind of it. I had watched all of it and I don't know. I can't remember. I was just reading something and I saw that the Hardy Boys were going to return at WrestleMania. And I was like, man, I wouldn't mind watching this. And then it's kind of funny to mention this because it's kind of a meme at the time, but I had found the WWE Network and I saw that you could get your first month for free. Okay. So I was like, hey, you know what? I love the Hardy Boys. And they had the Undertaker on that card as well. So I'm like, hell yeah, man. I'm going to watch the Hardy Boys at WrestleMania. So I signed up for my free month of WWE Network. I watched that WrestleMania and I haven't put it down since. They call me Nova says Broken Matt Hardy was an amazing time for wrestling. Yeah, I loved it. It was so much fun. All he saw was free. Yes. PWR says that was 2017, wasn't it? I think so. WrestleMania. Oh God, what? Let's see. Yeah, that's what brought me back in. 33 April 2nd, 2017. Yep. That was it. That's what brought me back in. Yeah, man. Oh, dude. I was telling you guys a while ago that sometimes I like to just go back and watch debuts and stuff like that. The Hardy Boy one. Oh, it's so good. That pop for the Hardy Boys returning is crazy. It's so good. It is so good. Cliche says, oh my God, you stopped watching for 10 years. How did you catch up? I didn't really. I just started watching. I've gone back and watched some WrestleManias that I've missed, but I've never gone through and rewatched like Raws and stuff from that era. Taz debut? Yeah. Taz debut. Man, Taz was so cool back in the day. I loved Taz. I was a huge Taz fan. And then Vince took the Broken Brilliance and threw it in the trash. Yep, he certainly did. He certainly did. And that's why I was so excited for Matt Hardy this whole time. And that's why when, you know, he was in there and they started doing the woke and stuff, that I was so gung-ho for it, because that's what I was waiting for. That's what I was waiting for that. I was fiending for that. So I missed the Undertaker era? I don't think so. No. I think I watched a good portion. Oh, maybe. I don't know. What is the Undertaker era? Oh, I mean, I guess if it's anything between WrestleMania 33 and... Oh, man. I'm trying to look here. You know, I think... I'm trying to see what... So WrestleMania 23, I feel like I saw that. So maybe 2000... So yeah, probably about 10 years. 2007 to 2017. I didn't really watch anything from that. Mower of Lawns or Wheel of Chairs? Yes. Undertaker era 2004 to 2008, Dead Man Gimmick. So I watched till about 2007, I think. That's what I would go with. I don't want to open this because I don't want it to like play sound or anything. So, but yeah, I think it's somewhere around 2007. You should watch the Ruthless Aggression. I did for the most part, right? When does the Ruthless Aggression era begin and start? Ruthless Aggression era. History of WWE. Era years? God, I don't know. 2002 to 2008. So yeah, I watched most of it. Yeah. Just missed the final year there. About it. Sometimes I do go back and watch older stuff too. WrestleMania 9. Oof, God, don't watch that. Good Lord. PWR says, did you ever get the Discord server working? I haven't yet, but I do have someone, Evan, I believe, has reached out to me. So we're going to be getting that going hopefully soon. Should be some good stuff. I just don't know how we're going to do it. Maybe we'll have people come on and talk about their favorite segments or what they thought about certain things, or maybe some booking stuff or something. I don't know. But yeah, sometimes I like to, you know, when I'm just late at night, I'll just go through and I'll just pick a random WWE pay-per-view and I'll just go back and watch them. Yeah, I like John Cena. I think John Cena is great. You can let people on the stream for Q&A. Yeah, I definitely plan on doing that. Definitely plan on doing that part. So next up, you missed the beginning of some of the worst years of the PG era. I had to sit through all of it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But hey, I'm here now, okay? I'm here now, and I'm sitting through what is probably the worst era of WWE, the COVID or the pandemic era, as what I like to call it, the pandemic era. I thought we were going to talk about tacos on Discord. You could talk about tacos. Oh man, we ordered a birria pizza. So it's like one big ass birria taco, but it's like literally a pizza. It's like the size of a large pizza. Oh, it was amazing. I got a picture of it. Maybe I'll post it as a story. Oh, it was so good. It was the best thing ever. All right, so moving on. Kobe says the pandemic era sucks, but most pay-per-views are solid. They've had some really solid pay-per-views. That is very true. Very true. So after this thing with Triple H accepting Randy Orton's challenge, we see our boy Drew McIntyre here. Great, now I'm hungry. I'm sorry. Drew McIntyre accept Goldberg's challenge for the Royal Rumble. We all knew this was coming. There's nothing really left to say about this, I guess. Just Goldberg, you know. Next up, I was super excited to see my boy Xavier Woods going to be in a singles match. I was like, yes, this is going to be so good. And then I found out it's against the Foot Clan. Why? The Foot Clan is still a thing. I don't get it. Xavier Woods takes on T-Bar, and unfortunately T-Bar gets the win. But, you know, something that I thought was funny, Xavier Woods posted on Twitter, he said, it's not a King of the Ring match, and it's not a King of the Ring qualifier, so it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I really hope that this happens. Bring back the King of the Ring and let Xavier Woods win it. Please, for the love of God, let this man win the King of the Ring. It would be so amazing. It would be so fulfilling. Oh, it would be so good. So good. I'm at 50. How about 51? Gold. I want tacos now, and it's midnight where I live. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, that's funny. King D says, so Ricochet was off. Yes, Ricochet off tonight. Just pray to the 7 deities that Gold loses. Yes, I'm praying to literally anything and everything that I possibly can. Nova says, Ali can't decide if he's a face or heel. That promo from Legends Night. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do with the Foot Clan. It's just not good. It needs to go away. These people are so talented, and it really just sucks to see them in this role. It's not doing anything for them. Dominic Dijakovic was way more over on NXT than he ever will be as T-Bar. He's a fantastic performer. Why would they do this? Mercedes Martinez had the right choice. She dipped out. She saw how things were going. She saw the landscape, and she was like, nah, bro. I'm just going to go back to NXT because this is not for me. This is not for me. Ramen tacos are the best. I've never had a ramen taco, but one of the things that I do want to have is ramen consomme. I've seen some pictures of it. I haven't found it yet. But I'm going to hunt it down, and I'm going to have some. To be honest, the only times where Retribution are actually good is when Ali disses people on Twitter. Yeah, they're funny on Twitter. That's about it. That's about it, man. I don't really know much else. Like, I don't see them getting over anytime soon. I really think that they're just dead on arrival. I think it's time to just move on. Big Chicken says, why Otis in the Rumble but Gable isn't? Maybe Gable is one of those names that just can't declare himself. Maybe he's unlucky, like Drew Gulak is. When Randy Orton got hit with the fireball, he looked like he was having a heart attack. Yeah, they spent way too long on that. Way too long on it. Daryl says, I was never a fan of the King of the Ring, but they need to bring back championship scramble matches. What's a championship scramble match? Is that the one where they just wrestle for like 30 minutes and the title changes hands as many times as possible, but when the time's up, the winner's the winner? Or who had the last pin? They were dead upon arrival, honestly. Even stuff like how they were screaming and jumping like children while they were destroyed stuff. Yeah, that's what I don't get it. And not only that, but they're different incarnations of people. Those people that came out in the hoods and destroyed the ring with the chainsaw and all of the spray paint, those aren't the same people. Where are those other little minion people? They change them every single week. People are like, okay, well, this obviously isn't that good. They're changing every single week who these people are. And now they're completely different. And now they have weird names. They have weird masks. They're not destroying the company at all. It makes no sense. None at all. Dijakovic and Mia Yim should go back down to NXT to deserve title reigns. I know. And it bothers me that we know that Mia Yim and Keith Lee are dating. And Dijakovic and Keith Lee are best friends. Dijakovic and Mia Yim were beating up Keith Lee, but they've never acknowledged that that's their best friend. Like, come on. Come on. King D says, AEW, did you ever watch the Carlito Hall of Fame? I have not. That's something I need to remember to watch. The last match the Foot Clan had on a pay-per-view was T-Bar, whatever his name was, against Bobby for the U.S. title. That ended in like a minute. Yeah, see, Shane Thorne is awesome. I like Shane Thorne. I think one of the only people that I think that should kind of stay in their Retribution gimmick is Dio Madden. Mace isn't the worst name in the world, and he actually looks pretty cool in my opinion. I think he looks kind of like he reminds me of like a Predator. You know, the Predator. That's what he reminds me of. He could have like a cool serial killer type gimmick, like a slasher, like a Jaxson, you know, where he's slow, he's a big man, just kind of that vibe I get from him. I think that'd be pretty cool. I know how to fix the Foot Clan. Just let them bury Gold. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think I said that on Twitter. I was like, hey, if you want Retribution to be the most over thing in the world, have them squash Gold. There you go. You just made 6 stars right there because everyone absolutely hates them. Whatever happened to Nick Miller of TM61? I really like that team. I think I don't remember. I think he stopped wrestling, didn't he? Or he just got released. I think he got released from the company. Same person who made Bray's masks made Retributions. Yikes. That's crazy. Because the Fiends is so good. But then again, you know, they designed that. Someone designed that for Bray Wyatt. Especially after Mustafa's promo on Raw Talk. There's no denying that Mustafa Ali is fantastic on the mic. There's not. It's just this gimmick. It's just the gimmick. Gimmicks can be bad. They can. I mean, look, take Stone Cold for an example. He wasn't over as stunning Steve Austin. It didn't work. Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's the gimmick, man. The gimmick has to match. It has to be good. Has to be good. Next up was Bobby Lashley versus Matt Riddle for the United States Championship. I didn't see this match advertised anywhere, so I was kind of thrown off by this, but I thought it was just maybe me not paying attention. I felt like they did have a match, but I guess, I don't know. Anyways, I was kind of looking forward to this match. Matt Riddle, though, man, main roster Matt Riddle. Do they really have to put bro on literally every single word he says? I like Matt Riddle, and I like the whole bro thing, but literally everything, like, it's just so overdone. So overdone. I don't get it. I really don't. Maybe we're going to see this match ran back at the Royal Rumble. Bobby Lashley ended up getting him in the Hurt Lock, and Matt Riddle had to tap out. Which, it was like 3 minutes, too. It wasn't very long. They want to make him RVD so bad. Yeah. What's that thing with Matt Riddle's entrance replay? But yeah, it's kind of weird how they do the slow-mo of him flipping off his flippies. Like, what? Just another example of them running something into the ground. Yeah, like, even they had Matt Riddle on NXT. He was gimmicky. He was super gimmicky. Like, they had that bro show thing that he did with Pete Dunne. Like, it was goofy, and they did the bro thing, but it was still in line. It wasn't too crazy. Here, it's like bro. This has this name, but we're putting bro in front of it. We're putting bro in front of this. We're putting bro nuts. We're doing bro this, bro that. The Hardy Bros. Whatever happened to the Hardy Bros, by the way? Who knows? Who knows? Riddle's doing the same gimmick he does, turned up to 1,000. Yeah, that's the problem. Like, Matt Riddle's fantastic. Just turn it down a little bit. Turn it down a little bit. Yes, how much fish would Bobby Fish fry if Bobby Fish could fry fish? Gimmicky. It works for Matt Riddle, though. But it's not over the top. Big Chicken says bro nouns. Yes, perfectly. Nova says Matt got mad and exposed them on his YouTube channel. What do you mean? What do you mean, Nova? Big Chicken broke kick? Yes. There you go. Imagine if they pull off an NFL and play Raw on Nickelodeon. Oh, God. Riddle's favorite Dragon Ball Z character is Broly. Perfect. Perfect. I I don't know. I still think he's fine. He does his in-ring work is fantastic. You can't take that away from Riddle. So you could take his first name away from him, but you can't take away that. So even though this was like a 2-minute match, I didn't mind it. It was a lot of tough guy stuff, some strong boy stuff here. The only thing I thought was weird is that he lost and then he grabs a mic and says that he wants to fight MVP. Why? What you got? You just lost a United States Championship match to Bobby Lashley in 2 minutes. Why do you want to fight MVP now? What does that accomplish? PWR says, anyway, I'm going to eat some cereal at 1 a.m. because I'm hungry. I'm sorry. So everyone in the chat is all hungry now because of all this food talk. So I don't understand this. MVP was beating the hell out of Riddle, and then of course Bobby Lashley came in and made this a disqualification. I really don't understand where this is going. Yeah, it made Bobby Lashley look good, but this is the first time he's defended his United States Championship in a while. They haven't really done anything with him. So where do we go from here? Are they just going to run it back with Riddle? They did do the whole Bobby Lashley beats him down before the match. So I guess you could go that route where he's like, it's not fair because I got beat up before. Seems like a go-to that they like to use quite often. So maybe they'll run it back. I don't know. Even if Bobby Lashley retains against Matt Riddle again, where does that take us? If Matt Riddle beats Bobby Lashley and becomes the United States champion, where does that take us? Propelling Bobby Lashley up to the main event scene wouldn't be a bad idea, as long as they continue to book him pretty well. I think that he's done fantastic in the Hurt Business, and they've done a pretty good job of making him look pretty strong. So who knows? Who knows? All I can tell you is that I love the Hurt Business. They've done fantastic. I cannot praise them enough. It is so good. I feel like it should have been MVP versus Matt instead of Bobby. Yeah, I wouldn't have minded that. And even then, we've already seen this match twice now, so it's going to be hard to care. And I think that's where the problem comes in. When they play these matches over and over and over, they play variations of these matches over and over and over, and people just don't really care. Who knows? Maybe next week we'll see Lashley and MVP versus Riddle and Jeff Hardy. We've already seen so many incarnations of these matches that it doesn't matter. So when you see Bobby Lashley versus Matt Riddle for the United States Championship on the Royal Rumble card, it's like, okay, who cares? So it's all about keeping these things fresh. If you want Matt Riddle to have a shot at Bobby Lashley's United States Championship, have him beat some other people. Have him beat Drew Gulak. Have him beat Jaxson Ryker. Have him beat Elias. Have him beat Lucha House Party. Have him beat the Miz and John Morrison. They lose all the time, right? There's tons of people on the roster that you can have beat. And there you go. Then you have two people looking strong, going in and colliding at a pay-per-view, and you have no idea what the outcome is going to be. There you go. That's how simple it is. James Storm and Matt Riddle, beer bros. God, there you go. I wouldn't put it past them. Hurt Business has been the best thing going for a hot second. Yeah, Hurt Business is fantastic. Fantastic. Big Chicken. Drew Gulak about to do an Natalia every week, have a match to get in the Rumble and lose until he finally wins. I could certainly see that happening. I really could. Which is a perfect segue into the next part, which we go backstage with AJ Styles talking to everyone's favorite, not so favorite authority figure, Adam Pearce. Drew Gulak interrupts and says that he declares himself in the 2021 Royal Rumble. Only this time, Adam Pearce says, nah, bro. There's only 30 slots in the Royal Rumble, and you can't just be declaring yourself for the Rumble. So, he ends up making a match, saying if Drew Gulak can beat AJ Styles, then he'll be in the Royal Rumble. If not, he's not going to be in the Rumble. So I'm like, I saw this and I'm like, all right. You know what? I'm not going to be mad at this. They might have Drew Gulak come out here and put on a banger with AJ Styles. I'm not mad at that. Nope. Nope, it wasn't. It was like 3 or 4 minutes, if even. And AJ Styles won. Nothing for Drew Gulak. I don't know where they go from here. Big Chicken did have a good point. Maybe he is going to just keep trying. I don't know. Nova says they don't have 30 people. They show only present the same 10 every show. Yeah, I mean, I do get how 30 slots isn't that many when you factor in that you only have 15 for Raw, 15 for SmackDown, but if they have NXT ones as well, that takes in a couple. And if they have Legends coming back as well. So if you have 5 NXT people, 5 Legends, that's 10. So that's taking away 10 slots. That means that there's only 10 for Raw and 10 for SmackDown. So I do get it, but at the same time, it's frustrating. If that is the way that it is, there's no problem with that, right? There's no problem with that. But you shouldn't let other people declare themselves for the Royal Rumble. And you could say, okay, you know what? AJ Styles, he's a high caliber. He's the main event. He can do whatever the hell he wants. He's AJ Styles. You can argue that, sure. But 15 minutes after this, Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose declare themselves for the Royal Rumble too. Which doesn't fit in because neither one of them are main events. And they lose all the time. So, I mean, yes, there's a big difference between the men and the women, yada, yada, yada. But it's still that limited 30 people, which is probably going to end up being somewhere around 10 per show. So it's just frustrating. Like, they did the same thing with the Money in the Bank, right? Where they're like, oh, the Miz has to be the one to physically hand the briefcase to the referee to cash it in. Paul Heyman is the one that cashed it in for Brock Lesnar. 2 different things. They knew that. They could have worked around it. They didn't word it. They literally said the holder of the Money in the Bank briefcase has to be the one to turn it in. So it's this whole thing that's frustrating about making your own rules and not following them. Don't make the rules, then you don't have any problems. I don't get it. I don't get it. I was pulling my hair out over this logic with Gulak. Yeah. It just doesn't make any sense. It's so frustrating to watch this and be like, you're trying to make sense of it. You're trying to somewhat enjoy the show if you can. And it's just like, man, it's so difficult. Rafael says, given the current product, they've even managed to make me unexcited for the Royal Rumble now. My expectations are really low. Yet my fiance doesn't even watch the show anymore. And she was always like, it's okay. It's not the worst. Like, it'll be better. You're fine. Like, and she just doesn't even watch anymore. She won't even watch NXT. She'll only watch NXT for Karrion Kross. That's it. Nothing else. So it's like you're turning away these people left and right like crazy. Gulak should have left when he got released for a day. I forgot about that. Marcel, does your fiance watch AEW? Yes. She watches AEW Dynamite every week, and she watches BTE every week as well. And we sometimes watch Impact. Maybe like while we're eating dinner or something, we'll just kind of tune into it to see what's going on. And she does watch the pay-per-views, the WWE pay-per-views. And we're going to be watching Hard to Kill as well. But it just shows you how WWE has gotten so bad that even like they're just tuning out. My fiance is tuning out. She has no interest in it whatsoever. And she's glued to it. EU Impact Wrestling. Hey man, they've got some good stuff going on. Hard to Kill looks like a very good pay-per-view. It does. Big Chicken says Lashley, Styles, Bryan, Orton, and Otis. Are those all the people that have declared themselves for the Royal Rumble? So why was Otis able to declare himself? He doesn't fit in with those. He just lost the Money in the Bank briefcase. He should have to challenge as well. The Rumble is always the pay-per-view where people come back and get the network again, but this year it's like you don't really care. Yeah, and this year there's going to be no crowd. Going to be no crowd for the Royal Rumble. It's going to be really weird to hear the countdowns that they just put in and the fake cheers and the fake boos for people, or the the fake cheers for the returning people. Like, man, they turned it up to 20 tonight for Triple H on that return. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. About blew out my eardrums, to say the least. Next up, when you thought that this show just couldn't get any worse, they went to commercial and told us when we came back we would be seeing a Goldberg highlight video package. Oh, why do we need this? It is 2021. Why are we watching a Goldberg highlight video package? Van says, hey OW, I am back. Just woke up and saw the whole show on your IG in about 2 minutes. There you go, man. You made the right choice. You made the right choice. Raphael says, it's okay. The 2K sound effects are going to come through. Yeah, and they literally are 2K sound effects. I need to find that Botchamania video where they actually have the 2K20 crowd noise and the WWE Thunderdome crowd noise, and they line up perfectly. There's like someone does like a little cough and like a little scream in it, and you hear him perfectly at the same time. It's hilarious. Hilarious. Just show us a Goldberg match. It'll be the same length. Yeah, like I don't understand. And they're saying he's the best wrestler. He was in and out. Goldberg's in and out of the ring because he can't wrestle. That's just the way it is. Anyone will tell you that. That doesn't take away from his run. That doesn't take away from his streak. That doesn't take away from his dominance. But it is what it is. Goldberg has never been a good wrestler. So let's stop acting like he was. Like, come on. You don't need to hype this man up. Plus, why are you hyping this man up? He's been Universal Champion twice. Twice. Like, if you were watching at last WrestleMania, he was the Universal Champion. This man does not need a hype video package. He does not. And no matter where you go, if you look at any sort of WWE social media comments on any sort of post, they're all terrible. Everyone is pissed. No one wants to tune in. It's all terrible. So why are they doing this? Why do they think that Goldberg is something that we want to see? Just a normal account says a Goldberg video package. This company, bro. Yeah, man. A highlight package they show every Rumble season, every Mania, every Saudi show. Yeah, I mean, what a video package too. The guy only wrestles twice a year. If Goldberg had a match with MJF would be the big baby face. Oh yeah, he would. Marcel says, did you like any Goldberg matches? I think his WrestleMania 33 one was good. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and watch. I don't think that everything he does is terrible. I just think that he's not needed. He's not needed in today's world. And if he wants to sign a contract to wrestle 2 times a year for 5 years, 3 years, whatever the hell it is, cool. He should be doing his due diligence and coming in, and he should be putting people over. That's what he should do as a legend. Now, I hear that he was the one that said that he could not lose to Bray Wyatt. He couldn't lose to The Fiend. He's a superhero for the children. So he can't be losing. So if he's politicking like that, I don't know. Drew McIntyre seems like the total package for what you would want out of a world champion. So maybe he feels a little bit different since, you know, he's big, tall, he's in shape. Maybe he didn't want to lose to The Fiend because The Fiend's out of shape. I don't know. But I don't think that's cool. In Saudi Arabia or wherever the hell they were, Goldberg really killed The Fiend. Really killed The Fiend. He did not need that after coming off of that terrible Hell in a Cell match with Seth Rollins. They should have just let that man continue his Universal Championship reign. But you know what? They fed him to Goldberg all in the name to put that title on Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. And guess what? Roman Reigns dipped out of WrestleMania. So, you guessed it. They're probably going to run it back this year. Probably going to run it back this year. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some sort of triple threat match. Roman Reigns versus Goldberg versus insert Royal Rumble winner here winner take all. And Roman Reigns wins. PWR says, bro, Gulak is 20 years off his prime. Yep. Crazy. Big Chicken says he doesn't want to lose to The Fiend, yet he will lose to Strowman. Maybe that would be something that he didn't really have a choice to do. They had to take the title off of him. I don't know. Obi James says, I like how most of the video packages are from WCW, right? Van says, any update on Seth? I missed the good matches he gave with everyone. I'm not sure. Everyone says that he was advertised to return to SmackDown like 2 weeks ago, but I haven't heard anything about it. Y'all was pissed when Goldberg won at Super Showdown. Yeah, man, me too. That was one of the times where I was like, you know what? I'm just done watching this. I can't do it anymore. Oh, it's funny to think about how many times I feel like I've hit complete rock bottom with this company, and I'm like, you know what? I think it's time for a break. Or, you know what? I think it's time to just be done. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to stick it out. It can only get better, right? Boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong. Jesus. Raphael says, we get video packages for old, past their prime wrestlers, but not for the new talent they actually should be putting over instead. If that ain't typical WWE, I don't know what is. I know, man. You could easily use that to promote someone else. Aleister Black, Buddy Murphy, Drew Gulak. I don't know. Apollo Crews. Insert anyone. I don't know. I don't even know who's on the rosters anymore, to be honest with you. Let's talk about a Carlito return. Like I said, I don't see Carlito returning. I could see him showing up at the Royal Rumble since they had talks about him being at Legends Night. But other than that, I don't see it happening. I'm angry watching Saudi Arabian shows like that time Shane McMahon won the World Cup. Oh, dude, that was so annoying. I forgot about that. Oh, that was the time when everyone like completely hated Shane McMahon. Poof. It just goes, it's weird to think about like the different things from this newer era of WWE that just really pissed you off. It was like, really? Just a normal account says best in the world. Yep. So we're about 20 minutes to the end of the show here, and Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler taking on Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose. Why was this so high in the card? This is still going on. This feud somehow each week is still showing up in some sort of variation. I have no idea why. I have no idea what the outcome of this. Who benefits from this? Are Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose going to go over, and then Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler are going to get into a feud with each other? Is that what's going on? I saw Nia Jax staring at Shayna Baszler after this match. Could it be the end of that duo? Man, I really hope it is, because I think Shayna Baszler is fantastic. I think she has a bright future ahead of her, but it's not with Nia Jax in her corner. She should be going after Asuka and that Raw Women's Championship, and she should not be biting people. Okay? Should not be biting people. It's weird. If Mandy and Dana eliminate Shayna at the Rumble, oof. Has Shayna declared herself for the Rumble yet? Obi James says, fun fact, Mandy Rose is from my hometown. Oh, that's cool. Very cool. Raphael says, we get this boring ass match so that Triple H and Randy Orton could be 5 minutes long. Yep. Pretty much. Pretty much, man. Pretty much. PWR says, what if Lana wins the Rumble? Very possible. Very possible. It'll be hilarious if they do the rumored finish. And I don't know if it's rumored or just more so talked about. I guess we'll see at the end of the month. We got, what, 20 days? 20 days to the Rumble? I don't like Dana and Mandy as a team. I don't either. They from what I understand, Mandy Rose was supposed to have a singles push by herself. She said that she wasn't on TV for a while, and then all of a sudden they just put her with Dana Brooke, and she was like, why? So I think Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose had the same reaction that we all did. It was just kind of like, wait, what are we doing? Why? Why are we doing this? I would assume she will be in it. They don't have much women on the roster. Very true. But they do have legends and NXT people that they could use as well. Rhea Ripley being in it would be pretty good, especially if they have a little spot with her and Charlotte Flair. If they're in it, could see that happening for sure. If they're doing that finish, it's going to be for Lana. That's almost a guarantee. Yeah, I don't see it happening for anyone else. I don't. Big Chicken and Peyton Royce was supposed to get a singles push too. Yes, she was. I think that was kind of the same whole thing where it was like, we need to get Peyton and Billy away from each other. Billy's a cool, funny comedy thing, so we'll just do that. And then apparently Vince saw a lot in Peyton, and then all of a sudden, nothing. Vince says, I heard that Nakamura is finally getting a push, and that too because of the legend Daniel Bryan. Man, shout out to Daniel Bryan. I love Daniel Bryan. Like, literally, Daniel Bryan is the greatest. He does not give a single shit about what anyone thinks. He does his own thing. He pushes for people. You know, when they had that episode when everyone got stuck in Saudi Arabia or whatever because of the plane, he found out that Adam Cole was going to be on SmackDown, and he was like, this man's Daniel Bryan was fighting, trying to get an hour-long match with Adam Cole on SmackDown. Do you know how crazy that would have been? Daniel Bryan versus Adam Cole for 60 minutes. That's literally half of the show. That would have been incredible. Would have been incredible. PWR says, I don't like the fact that people declared for the Royal Rumble. The whole point of the Rumble is for the surprise. I like the surprises after everyone. Now there's only one or two that really feel cool. Yeah, I kind of understand that. They've done it differently throughout the eras, I think, haven't they? Because I think before they used to like, I feel like there was one that I was watching where they drew from the balls thing that they spin around. I've seen a couple different ways. Do you think Fire and Desire will come back? I'm not sure. It seems like Sonya Deville is going to be Adam Pearce's manager or assistant, I guess, if you will. Nova says he just wants to fight for an hour. Isn't that the truth? It's going to be sad when Brian goes. Yeah, I think he's pretty much already on his way out. He wants to be a part-time wrestler. He wants to be a father first and a wrestler second. So I think he's going to be phased out probably fairly soon. And he'll just be a part-timer. He'll just come in when they need him, put some people over. Aleister Black to AEW, I would love to see that. I left for 1 hour and I thought you wouldn't still be alive. Thank God. Oh, we're still going. I remember the draft. Yeah. Daniel Bryan versus Adam Cole 60-minute Iron Man match. Give me what I want. Hell yeah, Warrior. That'd be so cool. That'd be so cool. If we got 1 hour of awesome wrestling, I got no problem, even if it's on SmackDown. I don't care where that is. Yeah, I'm Daniel Bryan in an hour-long match. I'm watching it for sure. Who do you think will return at the Rumble? I have no idea. No idea. Edge would probably be one of my guesses. Edge again. Well, it could be worse. I mean, last year, 27 wrestlers announced for the Rumble, and some of those announced got switched, such as Murphy, Lashley, and Rusev. Yeah, stuff like that is really annoying. Really annoying. Hopefully they keep it under wraps a little bit. Logan says, shitty Raw show. I mean, I'd take a day or two to get over the entire show. Yeah. It was bad, man. It was very, very, very bad. Big Chicken. I'm getting a wet dream thinking of Aleister Black versus Kenny Omega. That'd be a good one. That would be a good one. So Zelina Vega's, her no compete is up sometime in February at some point. So we'll kind of see what the next move for her is. She definitely said she's not done wrestling, so she's going to pop up somewhere. Where, I have no idea. But will be interesting to see where that goes. If she does pop up in Impact or AEW or something like that, she's going to be a huge asset to them. And I would assume that he's going to follow. I don't know when his contract is up or anything, but I would definitely assume that he would follow her wherever she goes. Random rant. A Royal Rumble pay-per-view without fans is like having pancake without syrup. It's BS. I've never had a pancake without syrup on it. I've never had a Royal Rumble without fans, but I'm about to experience it. Doesn't sound very good. Aleister Black would be great in AEW. His style fits Wells. Yeah, I agree. I mean, the only problem is that you have so many people in AEW already that it's without a second show, like almost like without a second brand for AEW, they're going to start getting really, really, really crowded. And with their limited championships as well, I feel like it's going to be hard for them to book around it. Who knows though? Who knows? Authors of Pain 90 days are over. Do you think they'll go anywhere? I'm not sure. I hope so. I hope they do. I would love to see them wrestle again. I loved the Authors of Pain. Absolutely loved it. Since Daniel's a part-time SmackDown creative team, SmackDown has been dominating Raw, and he or Shane as GM of SmackDown were awesome. Yeah, SmackDown is 100 times better than Raw. But I also think a big part of that is just that the show is 2 hours. Even if Raw was 2 hours, it would be much, much, much more tolerable. That's just my opinion. AOP would fit well in New Japan. Yes, they would. So I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler did get the win over Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose here. Nia Jax was looking at Shayna Baszler all funny. Looked like she might have been turning on her, but she doesn't. She ended up patting her on the back. I think I think their days are numbered. I do. Hopefully Shayna Baszler gets the win in this feud here. I would like to see her be pushed a little bit more. So Chloe says, sorry, I missed the counter. My fiance stepped on a nail and cut himself bad, so we had to take care of that. Oof. I hope he is okay. That is brutal. No worries. It's all good. Hopefully he's all good. That would hurt. That would hurt really bad. It's not like every team has to go to AEW. Yeah, I mean, they don't. It's just that that's where everyone wants to see him go because it's probably the best spot for him. But like I said, they're going to be limited with the things that they can do. There's only so much TV time. There's only one show. There's only 4 titles. 4 titles, yep. So you gotta be careful. And I feel like you already have the road paved. Next world champion is Hangman, and I would say that the next one after that is Miro. So there's a long line. There's a long line there. Next up, we get to our main event match that has been teased throughout the night. The clickbait match of the night. Triple H taking on Randy Orton. His first match back in quite a while. Everyone's pretty excited. Big Chicken says, I personally want Pac to be the next world champion. After Kenny or after Hangman? I feel like Hangman is a 100%. Hangman is a 100% after Kenny. After that, it's pretty much up. I could see Pac winning that too. Who do you think will be the next TNT champion? I have no idea. I have no clue. I feel like it's too early for Darby to lose it. Really do. I'm gonna just bump the counter to 60 because I feel like you said it a lot. Yeah, there you go. And here you could do 61 now with Gold. This match was a joke. I hated it. Yeah, they really baited everyone with Triple H and Randy Orton here. It kind of became obvious. It really became obvious as we were getting down to the TV time. I was thinking that maybe Damian Priest was going to be making his debut, but guess not. Ricky Starks isn't a bad choice either. John Silver is not a bad choice either. Okay, this match. What was the point of Triple H lighting the sledgehammer on fire? What was he going to do with it? I don't know. Chloe says, is Hangman the dude with his hands in his pocket? Oh no, Chloe. No, what are you doing? Hangman is the GOAT. I don't think Ricochet, Alistair, and many more who are not able to get TV time will sign a new contract. There's supposedly a lot of people that have not signed new contracts. So we'll see. We don't know who those names are. I think it's about 10 people, though, if I remember correctly. 10 people. They know that AEW will give them complete freedom, and they want to make a name for themselves. AEW is the perfect company for that. Yes, but like I said, there's only so much time, so much space. So it kind of sucks. Like I wish that AEW had a second brand, like a second show with other titles on it as well. I think they'd really benefit from that. Oh God, that'd be another 2 hours of my life that I'd have to watch. But I think it'd really benefit them because there's a lot of talented people on that roster that really aren't getting the shine. I've been lacking on AEW lately. No worries. So the person that puts their hands in the pocket is Orange Cassidy. He's the one that was feuding with Chris Jericho. Hangman Adam Page is the cowboy gimmick guy. He was the one that was the AEW World Tag Team Champions with Kenny Omega. He's also in the Elite with the Bucks and Kenny Omega. He was in the Bullet Club with them. The cowboy guy. The guy that, the alcohol gimmick. How could you forget? The guy that was drinking beers all the time. I don't want 2 Dynamites a week. Yeah, I feel like it might water it down. It might make it less special. So they're really going to have to figure out that point to balance everything. I know that there's supposed to be a second Dark. And there's a second show in the works, but I don't know. We don't know any information about it. It's supposed to be on TV as well. So, Rated C says, 10 people are not re-signing with WWE. So I don't know if it's exactly 10, but I had heard that quite a few people have not re-signed with the company currently due to the current state of the world, is what I will say. They are offering them significantly less money because things are completely different. So those people are currently holding out to see if some things will change and see if they'll get a better deal once they get closer to their contract expiring. So we don't know. I think it's somewhere close to 10 people. It might be a little bit more. It might be a little bit less as well. But I don't think anyone is has any ill will. I think they're just kind of waiting. But we don't know who those people are yet. We don't know who they are. The next leader of the Dark Order. Maybe. Paige could very well be the next leader of the Dark Order. I would love for it to be Rowan, personally. I think that'd be great. Can you really blame the wrestlers though? No. No. I would not be re-signing. If I was an older wrestler kind of nearing the end of my career, I'd probably just ride it out. Spend my time in catering. Look up at the lights when they want me to. Just kind of enjoy my life and collect a paycheck. If I was a younger wrestler hungry for success, I certainly would be leaving. Big Chicken says, what are your thoughts on Daddy DeVille being GM? I have no problem with it. If they're going to go that route, I wish they would have done it for Billy Kay, though. They teased it on social media, so I don't really know why they didn't just go that route. I'm sure there are more, but I heard that Ricochet, Zayn, and Nakamura's contracts are up this year. And those are 3 people that I would assume would leave. To be honest. I could see all 3 of them leaving. Zayn would be fantastic in AEW. God, I hate to say it because literally every single one of them would. I wouldn't mind seeing Nakamura go back to Japan, though, either. What if the Fiend is the Elimination Chamber match? As long as the story's there. If the story's there, I don't mind. Zayn ain't leaving. I could see him staying as well. If he just wants to collect that paycheck. But if he wants to go out and perform and doing what he does best, I could certainly see him leave. Do you think you'd put on a better match than Gold? Yeah. I could spear someone. And I could do my own finishing move. All right? Do my own finishing move. I don't have to lift nobody up. I just got to knee him in the face. Ring of Honor had a lot of re-signs because how they treat their wrestlers and how they help the independent wrestlers that are not signed with them. Yeah, I just saw that they signed a bunch of people or re-signed them. So Triple H and Randy Orton Get back into that, huh? Should probably wrap this show up. It's about 2 hours and 15 minutes. Is your finisher named The Greater Good? My finisher is the Kamagori or whatever that Kota Ibushi does. I don't know. It's the one that I got on 2K20. But you grab their arms, knee them in the head while they're kneeled down. I call it the Stairway to Heaven in the game, but that's just me. That is just me. But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this show up here. We are 2 hours and 15 minutes. Let's power through the ending of this really quickly here. So Triple H, Randy Orton. Apparently they kind of said that this wasn't even a match. It was more of a fight. So they were kind of just brawling, throwing each other into the steps and stuff like that. Triple H brings out his signature sledgehammer here. And this was when everything got weird. Got really, really weird. So he pulls out the sledgehammer, he gets in the ring, he lights it on fire and holds it up. And I guess I should mention that during this time, the Fiend stuff had started with the lights going out and the music or the sound playing, but it was very, very, very slow this time. Triple H gets in the ring, lights the sledgehammer on fire, holds it up, the lights go completely out. But then the weird thing is that when the lights went out, the fire went away as well, which means that they just cut the feed to make it all black. So it probably wasn't live. Who knows? Marcel says there was no ref. I didn't even notice. There wasn't even a referee. What was the point? Why didn't they just brawl after the promo? Why did they have to wait till the end of the show just to put a brawl when people have all the time? It was a bait. It was just to bait people to sit through the 3-hour show. That's all it was. You notice because they put it throughout the entire show. It opened up the show. They had two segments in the middle, one with Triple H, one with Randy Orton, and then they had him in the main event. They scattered it through so you wouldn't really know, so people would stay in the whole time. Absolutely crazy. So anyways, lights go out, lights go back up, and it's got that purple tone to it here. Alexa Bliss is standing in the corner. And some like warped version of the Firefly Funhouse music was playing at some point for a very brief period of time as well. Alexa's creepy, standing at him. She lifts up her hand and puts it under her chin, and it's her pain glove. And then, I shit you not, out of nowhere, she throws a goddamn fireball right in this man's face. I don't know what their obsession are with fire. They did it with Keith Lee when he opened the contract and fire in the face. I think Kane has thrown fire as well. I don't get it. I think that's like the whole thing with my post show tonight is I don't get it. I don't understand. A Hadouken, a Kame. Ha. The Fireball segment instantly reminded me of the Kane and Triple H Fireball segment in 97 or 98. That's what I thought of too. And then they had Randy Orton selling the Fireball for like what felt like 10 minutes. This man's squirming all over the place. It even sounded like he was laughing at one point. The Fireball part really caught me off guard. I actually liked it. I don't have anything against it. I just think it was kind of weird how they went from like 0 to 100 real fast. Philip Johnson says goodbye. I'll see you on Wednesday. Thank you for tuning in, my friend. I will see you on Wednesday for the Dynamite post show. But yeah, I'm happy that the Fiend didn't return, because when I heard the sounds and the lights going off, I'm like, God damn it. They brought him back. They brought the Fiend back, didn't they? And I was like, oh, I was so relieved to see Alexa Bliss. So relieved. Where does it go from here, though? I don't know. Are they going to acknowledge it? Have they acknowledged it at all? I don't know. So Randy just burned a human on live TV, but can't avoid a single fireball. Hey, she was swift with the fireball. She was swift with it. I don't think anyone was expecting that. By the way, Randy Orton at the end is basically us during and after Raw. Yeah, pretty much. That was how I felt during the whole show. I like the idea of Alexa doing the fire thing, but the execution was pretty meh. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. The only thing that caught me off guard was that there just wasn't anything last week. Like, Alexa Bliss, we haven't seen her since he decided he wasn't going to set her on fire 2 weeks ago. And then they just had Legends Night there was just a complete filler. And now she's back all of a sudden. So it was just kind of weird. No, I don't think Carlito's going to return at WrestleMania 37. I don't think so. The fireball was smooth. Yes, it was. It was super smooth. I was not expecting it. I couldn't help but laugh afterwards. I thought it was really funny. Thought it was very funny. All right, well, that wraps up today's show. Whew. 2 hours and 21 minutes. Good Lord, we are all crazy. Thank you guys for tuning in, though. If you're interested in watching Impact's Hard to Kill pay-per-view this Saturday and you want to watch it for free, I got you tomorrow. Make sure to tune in. I will be making a post tomorrow for the Hard to Kill giveaway. All you will have to do is make sure you're following me and make sure that you're following Fight TV on Instagram and leave a comment with something. I'll come up with it tomorrow. And I'll pick that winner sometime on Friday, and you will be gifted the greatness of what is Impact's Hard to Kill for free to watch on Saturday. They Call Me Nova says 2 hours of tacos and Roblox and Gold. Yes. Rated C says, isn't NXT reportedly getting a second show? Yes. Supposedly they are. But it's going to be like super developmental, I believe. And it'll probably be on the network, I would imagine. Also, we will be here for the Wednesday Night Wars. We'll be here for the AEW Dynamite post show as well. Same for SmackDown. And I think we're actually going to have an Impact Hard to Kill post show on Saturday. If we do, it probably won't be very long because there's not going to be much to talk about. I don't really know much about Impact and what's going on. I tune in for the AEW type stuff, and that's about it. So, Anthony says, will you do a post show on NXT UK? No, I will not, because I do not watch that show. And I hear it's pretty good. I've watched some things from it, but no, I will not be doing those. Doesn't all of this remind Randy of Kane and Taker? Did they do a fireball too? I feel like there's been a lot of fireballs in WWE, but I can't remember all of them. But I feel like there's been a decent amount, which is odd. It's just a thing that they love to do is throw around fireballs. Yeah, have an exciting week of wrestling heading towards us. We have the aftermath of NXT New Year's Evil. We have AEW's Dynamite's New Year's Smash Night 2. Impact's Hard to Kill, and we have Friday Night SmackDown, which is hopefully not a stink fest like it was last week as well. Thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you're still here and you have not subscribed yet, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. We are on the way to 1,000 subscribers. Getting close. Also, make sure to hit that thumbs up. It really helps when the video gets published and goes live. Chloe says, Cross did a fireball at Keith Lee. Yeah, he had like a fireball inside of the contract or something. Let's pray the SmackDown will be good. Yes. Please. Anyways, hope you guys have a good rest of your night. Go and eat some burrito tacos for me and send me a picture of it. I will see you guys all on Wednesday for the Dynamite post show. Have a good night. Peace. Eat some burrito tacos and go.